So, good morning everybody. Great to see you all. There seems to be something wrong with the connection today. I've got Ronan in here, but no one else. I wonder what's happening here. Let me try something. Okay, yes, people are starting to come in. That's good. So, good morning, GW. Great to have you. Okay, here comes everyone. That's much better. So, we've been doing this article about using your gut feelings. What's up, Vitali? Great to have you. We've been doing this article which talks about gut feelings and how you should go with your gut feelings. Okay, as long as the stream looks fine to you, GW, that's okay. Yes. Okay, so if you what it's saying is if you're very knowledgeable about a subject, if you think about things and analyze it, you're probably better off just going with your gut feeling. So let's get straight into this then. Okay, and good morning, Georgi. Great to have you. It's the first time we've had you here live as well. That's brilliant. Okay, so, hi. And yes, there's Ronan as well. That's wonderful. I'm waiting for this to come through. It seems to be rather slow. Here it comes, maybe. Yes. Okay. Importantly, the improvements in performance often follow systematic physiological changes as the participants make their decisions. When they start to approach the riskier decks, for instance, most people begin to show a stress reply, stress response, stress answer, stress result, such as a slight change to the heart's beat and sweating of the skin. Okay, so they were playing a game with people. Good morning, Valentine, as well. So we've got responses from Valentine and from Vitali. Okay, this very definitely is a collocation. Okay, so I'll give you all a second or two to answer. So, good morning, Julia Richmond, as well. Great to have you. Oh, thank you, Ronan. That is so kind of you. That's so generous. It really is. Wow. Okay, so yeah, they're making people choose cards from several different decks of cards, and either they win money or lose money, and some of them have big losses. Good morning, Manji. Good morning, P, as well. Okay, that's great. So, P goes for a response as well. Okay, I'm going to go straight into this then and show a stress response. Yeah, a stress response. It's like this involuntary answer or reply. Okay, good afternoon to you, Manji. Yes, it's morning. It's still morning here, so you're going to be what, 3.5 hours? It's probably 3 p.m. or something like that where you are. Okay, yeah, a stress response, yeah, particularly in psychology and medicine and things like that, a response, and that's definitely the right answer as well, Manji. Okay, it's taking quite a long time to come through, to move through today. I think the system is maybe a bit slower. Okay, here we are. These changes, known as somatic markers, seem to act as a warning that prevents the participant from making the wrong choice, and they may undersit, undergo, underlie, underbase the sense of having a gut instinct. Okay, so these somatic markers, these are when we become stressed by something. In the previous one, they were talking about when something just feels wrong, you start to sweat a little. Your heart goes a little bit faster. Yeah, and these are the somatic markers. It's like your body warning you that there's something that's not right. Yeah, and these are what they call by somatic markers. So, so we have our first response from Vitali. Thank you, Vitali. That's great. Somatic, bodily. That's a very good definition of somatic. Yeah, I was thinking about using that word to put the questions, but gut gut instinct. Yes, gut instinct. Okay, it's when you just feel something is right, GW. It's like a hunch. Yeah. Okay, so we've got this is interesting. So we've got undergo from Vitali, we've got underlie from P, we've got undergo from Manji, we've got undergo from Ronan. This is very interesting. Okay, I think you ladies and gentlemen need to read carefully what it's saying. Physiological. Oh, that's a great word for somatic as well. I love it, P. Thank you. Okay. These changes, known as somatic markers, seem to act as a warning that prevent the participant from making the wrong choice, comma, and they may undergo the sense of having a gut instinct. Julia's gone for underlie as well. Okay, so this is interesting. Let's see, undersit. I don't think the word undersit exists. And underbase. It might exist, but I'm not very happy with it as a word. It's definitely one between undergo and underlie. So, what does they refer to? This is the question. What does they refer to? And that's the big question. Okay, they. Because you see, I think, no problem, Georgi. You're supposed to choose the best word that fits out of the four, Georgi. Yeah? You've got four choices, and one of these words is the correct answer. This is a very, very difficult exercise, Georgi. Vitali's changed his mind. Yes, you rushed it, didn't you? Let's see. It starts, these changes, known as somatic markers, these changes seem to act as a warning that prevents the participant from making the wrong choice. And these changes, these somatic markers, signifies is behind implicit in. Absolutely. Yes, exactly. The somatic markers, exactly, Julia. And therefore, the somatic markers don't undergo anything. Yeah? The subject undergoes, and therefore the answer here is underlie. Are the basis for. Thank you, Manji. You've seen the difference. Yeah, and that's quite important with this. Okay, well done. You've all seen what's happened here, which is very good. Okay, so the somatic markers underlie the gut instinct. They're the basis for it. It's where it stems from. It's where they come from. Yeah, and not that the participants. This is a hard lesson, Ronan. That's very good. I like it. And Without this kind of intuition, people can run into serious problems in real life. Some neurological patients are unable to form somatic markers, for instance. Without gut feelings to guide them, they often remain glued, stuck, grounded, dwelt, left in analysis paralysis when asked to make a choice. Okay, so I think this one's certainly easier than the last one. Yeah, I like this phrase, analysis paralysis. Yeah, this is where you get totally bogged down by making a decision and you just can't decide what is right. Yeah, you find it impossible to make a decision because you need to analyze it more and more and more and more. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We've got stuck for Valentine, for Julia, and for Vitali. Okay, so notice it's saying that some people with neurological problems, yeah, can't make these somatic markers, these things, and that means they can't have gut feelings. And we've got stuck for Ronan and Manji as well. Okay, so glued, it doesn't really work. P goes for stuck as well. Grounded. If something is grounded in, more not normally grounded on, it's based on. I was thinking about changing this word dwelt to dwelling. To dwell means to live. Yeah, they remain dwelling in analysis paralysis, and I didn't change it to dwelling because I thought it's a bit confusing. It might fit, and left very definitely not. But when you are stuck, you can't go forward, you can't go back. You're fixed in position. Yeah, stuck in traffic. From the verb to stick, to get stuck very often as well. Yeah, so to be stuck in a rut, to be stuck in a position, to be the paper is stuck in the photocopier. Okay, so here we come with the next. And when they do take a decision, they miss, fail, slip, botch, fall to see the risks in what they are doing. They may invest their money in a poor business proposal, for example, while others would have had a strong instinct to distrust the conjecture, venture, action, exploit, adventure. So, stymied, I love it. Hello, Raj. So, Vitali, unsolicited, analysis paralysis, agonizing over stuff to an extreme degree. That's very good. Stymied. Yes, stymied is a very good answer. And Julia says fail, Vitali says fail, Valentine says fail and venture. Stuck up. Okay, if somebody's stuck up, it means they're very posh. I love it. And Julia also goes with this word venture as well. Okay, so they miss to see, they fail to see, they slip to see, they botch to see, they fall to see. What's this verb to botch? This is a good word. Yeah? Okay, and Vitali goes for venture as well. So what is to botch something? Yeah? Or even a botcher. So Patricia goes for fail as well. Okay, very, very clearly you know the answer to this one. And Ronan for fail as well. That's very good. And venture. And Manji for fail as well. So what is to this word to botch? Yeah, this is quite a good word. Definitely. Okay, so definitely. A conjecture is what you imagine. Yeah. Is to guess based on flimsy evidence. Yeah, to botch. I love this. So Vitali's gone to spoil, to mess up, to make a complete mess of something. To screw, make a mess of, to screw. I would normally say, I would normally use up with that, to screw up. Yeah, to screw up completely. Very often the phrase a botch job. Yeah, the plumber did a botch job, so it's still leaking. Yeah, he's a botcher. Okay, so very definitely fail in the first one. They fail to see. Um, let's see, an exploit is rather like an adventure. An exploit is when something exciting happens. I like that. To botch, to mar, and a venture. That's very good. So, venture, a business venture. Yeah, very definitely the right answer. Okay, yes. Okay, so to botch, to foul up, to muck up, to mess up, yeah, to do, to make it, to do a terrible job, yeah. Okay, so to botch, and then yes, a venture, a business. Normally, a venture is normally talking about business. Okay, such observations suggest that it's okay. And such observations suggest that our intuitions are an essential part of our decision-making toolkit that should be ignored at our menace, peril, threat, pitfall. Okay, so we've got answers here, and I think you know this one. This is very definitely another collocation. At our. I was thinking about the words hazard as well, and danger, but I thought these two words fitted quite well. Vibes, great to have you. Okay, so Peril for Vitali, for Julia, and for Vibes, and for Manji. Yeah, and Peril for P as well. For those in peril on the sea. This comes from Latin, very definitely. Peril. Okay, so I think very definitely if you do something at your peril, you have to suffer you're going to have to suffer the consequences of this. Yeah. A pitfall. What is a pitfall? Okay, a pitfall is, well, originally it's a hole in the ground to catch an animal that you cover with twigs and leaves and things like that. But nowadays we use this pitfall, because a pit is a hole, to talk about hidden dangers, hidden problems. Yeah? So you need to know the pitfalls of this business, the problems that generally occur. Absolutely, Ronan. Peril is the right one. Peril. Yeah, at our peril, at your peril. Do this at your peril. Yeah, you're going to be responsible for what happens to you. Yeah, a trap, a pitfall, exactly, because it's a pit, a hole that the animal falls into. But here, nowadays, as a trap. Yes, lovely, Vitali, and Vibes as well. Okay, the expert eye. The evidence for the importance of gut feelings is strongest in studies of a danger trap, a dangerous trap, P. Okay, of lie detection, disclosure, uncovering, diagnosis, discovery. People tend to be more accurate at judging someone's honesty and whether they're lying about a particular event if they are asked to go with their intuitions compared to when they are asked to think it through and utter, tell, verbalize, speak, say their reasons. Yes, I like that synonym snare for a pitfall vibe. That's very good. Yeah. So, we've got some answers. So, Vitali goes for detection and verbalize. Vibes, sorry, no, that was different. Julia goes for detection. And Valentine goes for tell. Okay. We'll see. So, I think the first one is probably easier. The second one is slightly more difficult. So Ronan goes for detection as well. And utter for Ronan. This is interesting. Okay, and detection for P for the first one. So clearly the first one is easy, and the second one is causing you more problems, because we've got 3 different answers and only one can be right. Okay, yes. And Ronan says verbalize is good as well. Okay, so yes, let's see. Julia goes for verbalize. And Cougarino goes for detection and speak. Okay, so let's see. To disclosure, let's see, disclosure is making something public knowledge. Yeah, it's not the same as identifying, lie identification. Lie uncovering, it doesn't work well. Diagnosis, this is more for a doctor. And Vibes goes for detection, I'm unsure about the second. And Patricia goes for speak. Okay, so diagnosis is for a doctor, and discovery, lie discovery, no. The machine also that they like to use in the films is a lie detection, as a lie detector. Yeah, so very definitely detector for the first one. Okay, let me read this just last little bit again, because we've got a wide range of answers. If they're asked to go with their intuitions, compared to when they are asked to think it through and utter, tell, verbalize, speak, say their reasons. Speak the truth. Okay, one of the things that I think is difficult with this last one, Manji goes for speak. I think various of them will fit. Yeah. Defo. Verbalize. I love that defo. As putting it into words. That's quite good. Let's see. Utter. To say. Utter their reasons. It could fit, but utter is concentrating on the sounds. To tell their reasons. I guess you could tell their reasons, but I would prefer with this tell somebody their reasons. I'm going to leave verbalize and speak their reasons. I guess it would fit. Please speak your reasons, speak your mind, speak the truth. Yeah, and say their reasons. I would again like say their reasons out loud. But as Vitali put it, verbalize, because let's see, it's the best answer, it's better than the other answers. Verbalize, meaning to put, as Vitali says, putting it into words, so you are not only thinking about it, but you're putting it into words, because it's very often difficult to verbalize your thoughts. So yes, I would say that verbalize definitely the top answer. I would probably say speak as a second answer, utter as a third, and tell and say as equal fourth, but definitely verbalize is the best, because it's got the nuance of putting something into words, and by putting it into words it makes it clearer. Is it like to vocalize? It's similar, although notice the difference in nuance. To vocalize means to say, because for example, we don't always vocalize the ends of words in English. So yes, it is a synonym, but vocalize has more nuance of sound, whereas verbalize has more nuance of the information. Okay, and I quite like this next one. In other situations, the strength of our intuitions will depend on the extent of our experiences. The unconscious brain ransacks, pillages, loots, burgles, rifles through its stored knowledge to find the best answer to our problems, without us consciously recalling the precise memories that power those feelings. I quite like this one. Ransacks, pillages, loots, burgles, rifles through. Oh wow. So we've got Vitali for rifles, Cougarino for rifles, Julia for rifles. Okay, yes. So let's look at some, and Manji for rifles as well. Okay, to burgle is to go to somebody's house and to steal the things for something else. Notice P, to utter a sound. Yeah, an utterance. Utter has the idea of the sound coming out. The last one, Ronan, was verbalize. Yeah, I'll just write it straight here. Verbalize. Yeah. Okay. So vocalize refers to the voice, whereas verbalize refers to words. That's it. Let's see. Utter P can also refer to complete and total as well. Yeah. Okay. P goes for ransacks. Ransacks through its stored knowledge to find the best. Pillages through. Loots through. Burgles through. So as I was saying, okay, Manji, thank you. So to burgle it definitely can't be. Okay, so pillages through. I don't like this preposition through with pillage. And loots through. Let's see, to pillage is normally to steal with violence, particularly after a war. And to loot, you loot a shop, or you okay, so realize, verbalize, monetize, the right order. Okay. And okay, let's see, with pillage I wouldn't use this through. P's going for rifles. And loots through, I wouldn't use that as well. And I think that's very good, P, but you're changed, because ransacks through, I guess you could use through, but most normally we use ransack without a preposition. And ransacks its stored knowledge. Yeah, this word ransack actually comes from the Viking and Scandinavian. Okay, to rifle. To look through something very quickly and in a disorderly fashion, particularly in with a view to stealing things. So Malak, great to see you. To ransack. Let's see, ransacks is my second answer, but I think rifles, because rifle through, very definitely, it collocates very nicely. Yeah, I was rifling through my files to find the right thing. So let's see, Malak and P as well. I think I would accept ransack as a second answer, but I'm not very happy with the through. Yeah. Rummage through would work very well, vibes indeed. Okay, next one. I think the next one you probably know. Consider an experiment led by Eric Dane from Rice University in Texas. In 2012, his research team asked students to view a series of designer handbags, some of which were authentic products and some of which were realistic parodies, fraud, charades, dittos, counterfeits. Okay, so I think this one you do know. So let's see. Let's ask some questions. What is a parody? Okay, what's a parody? Yeah, and what is a charade as well? Okay, so we've got Counterfeits for Valentine, for Vitali, for Vibes, VVV, and for Julia and for Manji as well. Okay, so let's see. What is a parody? Okay, a parody is particularly where you copy something, but you copy it as a joke. Yeah? Yeah, and counterfeit for P as well. Okay, so a parody is when you you mimic somebody's actions, but in a joking way. Or you take a famous film and you make a parody of it. You make something similar, but something that's a joke. A caricature. I love it, Vitali. Thank you. A charade. Okay, a charade is where you act like something is true. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, you're going through it. A travesty as well. A travesty, a parody. To ridicule them. Absolutely. That's great vibes. Okay, so a charade is where you play act something to maybe to maintain, keep face, or to pretend that everything is okay. Yeah, but it's false. Okay, and Manji said a parody, humorous imitation of something. I love the definition, Manji. Thank you. There's even a game called Charades where you have to act to tell the other members of your team the words on a card, particularly the name of a book or a play or something like that. So charades is going through the motions. Yeah, it's a deceptive act. Very definitely is going through the motions when it's not reality. Yeah, and then okay, ditto. Well, ditto is normally something you say exactly the same. So he likes chocolate and me ditto, or these just two little marks that you put under something to say the same is true. Okay, here we go. Here we have the last one. Charade is basically a farce in its figurative sense. That's great. I love the definitions. We definitely got really high level students today. I love it. And half the participants were asked to ignore their gut instincts and list all the properties, hallmarks, features, traits they would look for to determine whether a handbag was real or fake. The rest were told to go with their intuitions, to allow their feelings to escort, handle, run, scout, guide their judgment. The researchers also questioned the participants about their buying habits and whether they owned many designer items. Ironic, sarcastic, sardonic. So the first one looks like it's going to be a difficult one. Okay, so let's see. We've got Vitali for hallmarks and guide. We got Valentine for properties and guide. We've got Manji for hallmarks and guide. Interesting. To ditto as a verb. I ditto what he said. Let's see vibes. I guess you could, but it's pretty unusual. And Patricia goes for traits. This is very interesting. I think I'm going to have to revise my opinion with this one. Okay, so traits. What do we normally use traits for, Patricia? Yeah, what does traits normally describe? Okay, so I'm going to let you think about this. Malak goes for hallmark and guide. Okay, so I think the second one's reasonably easy. The first one a little harder. Huh. Vibes goes for features or hallmarks in the first and guide for the second. Okay, so to guide their judgment. To escort means to go with. Characteristics. Huh. Yes, okay, traits P normally talks about the characteristics, but particularly mental characteristics of personality, as Vibe has just put it. Personality traits, exactly, Malak. Yeah, traits are more normal for a person or an animal. Yeah, I think traits could fit, but there are certainly better answers. And in this second one, okay, to scout, not definitely. P's gone for features in the first one. Okay, ditto as a noun used in a sentence. I'm into jazz, ditto. Thank you, Vitali. To scout, to look at something in a preliminary way. To run is to be in charge of. To handle. No, not really at all. Okay, so to guide their judgment. So I think your answers here are quite interesting. What's the difference between hallmarks and features? And by the way, I'm going to accept both hallmarks and features. Yeah. Because I think there's definitely a difference between hallmarks and features. A hallmark is the mark in the UK that they put on silver. Well, they also do it in France and other countries as well, to show that the tax has been paid on the silver and on a piece of silver, and to show that it is of a certain quality. Yeah, either 92.5%, which is the sterling hallmark. Yeah. Hallmarks are trademarks. Yes. Okay, so let me go into the difference between hallmarks and features. I'm going to accept both of them. In the original article, they had features. Yeah. And I actually quite like this word hallmarks. So I think that's probably my bad. Are set standards for something. So if something has hallmarks, it's saying it's the real thing. Yeah? And here the hallmarks, all of the things that make it very definitely one or the other. Yeah? So, I don't know. Patience is one of the hallmarks of a good teacher. Yeah, is more vintage than features. Okay, so if it's hallmarks, there are things that make you absolutely certain this is true. Yeah, I don't know. A good speaking voice is a hallmark of a good politician, for example. Yeah, whereas features is more general. Yeah, okay, so features as in human features or attributes. Yes, but that, you see, Vitaly, I would use more for traits. Yeah, what are the features of this piece of software? Yeah, so I think features are more general, and if they list all of the features, the things generally, but the hallmarks, the things that show it concretely and absolutely. Yeah, the hallmark says it's authentic. Yes, that's the idea, P. Whereas features, it doesn't tell us that it's authentic. Yeah, so I think in this case both would fit, but the original was hallmarks. Is a particular quality. Yes, but note exactly. A hallmark is a particular quality that guarantees that something is something else. Yeah? So a hallmark is like a guarantee. Yeah, hallmark is one of the features. Okay, I think that's very good indeed. So, but let's see. A hallmark, it says that this is absolutely certain of the quality. Hallmark is an archetype of what is typical of a certain thing or person. Thank you very much indeed. I love that definition vibes. Pedigree. Yes, I guess pedigree, but pedigree talks about what's come in the past, because a pedigree dog has ancestors that are all purebred. Yeah. So I actually think, having looked at this, and it was me who put the word hallmarks, I think I probably like the word hallmarks better than features, although they've used this features because it's saying you're not absolutely certain. Yeah, whereas hallmarks gives the idea of absolute certainty. Okay, enough for today. Thank you all for coming. It's been really great having you. I will try and do this again at the same time next week. Clearly there are less people available, but jewellery. So firstly, Manji, notice jewellery is normally uncountable. A piece of jewellery. And jewellery has hallmarks. The gold and the silver has hallmarks. Yeah, hallmarks are for gold and for silver. Yeah, whereas the jewels themselves don't have hallmarks. So, thank you for coming, Vitali. Thank you all for coming. Thank you very much, Ronan, for your generous donation. And I will probably see you all on Sunday. Okay, so thanks for coming. It's been great having you. Stay safe, and I will see you all soon.